holiday somewhere?
No.
You said you're looking forward to holidays.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm looking forward to staying at home and sitting in bed and watching lots of shows.
What shows are you watching?
I just finished Wednesday.
Oh,
Did you watch it?
Of course I watched Wednesday.
It's so good.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch it. I thought it's going to be like for children, but then it was actually
You
kind
like
of fun.
it?
Yeah.
Do you relate most to Wednesday?
You know me well enough by now, yes. Of course.
Are you Scorpio? She's a Scorpio.
I'm not a Scorpio, no, but I still relate to you. Are you?
I relate to her dad because I'm Aries and her dad is Aries.
Her dad is a bit, he's weird.
And then I'm him.
Okay, fair enough, that's true.
I'm definitely him.
Okay.
This mic makes me want to go sing karaoke.
You can sing it anytime. Then I'm going to get some clicks, so it's going to be nice. It's going to go on YouTube. Did you binge watch it?
Yes. I mean, 2 days.
Yeah, me too, I think 2 days. Crazy.
Which character did you like the most?
Yeah, well, I in the end I did support her or whatever. I mean, I was feeling for her, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the big reveal of who's the monster because it was too obvious. I think. But I do like the small stories in between, the small struggles.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that. You know, I'm a little bit older than you, so when I was a kid, the Addams Family was a big deal.
When I was a kid, Addams Family was a big deal too.
Okay, so you're old too. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we're both still youngish.
We're both pretty old. We're both pretty old.
So you watched the Addams Family too back then?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just saw a clip because now it's going viral. Everything Wednesday, right? I just saw a clip of like the old Wednesday from black and white days, just dancing, doing the Wednesday dance. I was like, oh my God, that's so terrible. But we liked it back then.
I forgot about her. And I also forgot about Uncle Fester. Like, I just got reminded because of this show.
Yeah.
I thought he, like, disappeared already.
I like how... So I guess you watch it in English, right?
Yes.
Not in Thai. But I'm wondering, like, how the hand, right? They call it in English.
Wait, actually, when I was younger, I watched it in Thai.
Okay.
It's all, like, tied up. Yeah.
In English, they call it the thing, right? Do they call it in Thai also the thing?
I think in Thai, they call it, like, the hand.
Yeah, in German too. In German,
Right?
they call it ice cold hand.
Oh.
Because it's dead, it's ice cold, and so it's ice cold hand.
That's very descriptive. In Thai, it's just like
German.
the hand.
Oh, it's just the hand. Okay.
Yeah.
So Thai and German are actually better than English. See, it's like the thing. It's like no, it's a hand. Okay. Hey, cool. Welcome to the Wednesday review here. my Netflix review podcast.
We are reviewing the Wednesday that you guys should go watch.
Episode by episode.
Yeah.
We talk through all of it. Do you binge watch a lot before we go into the serious talk? I'm curious.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. A lot of shows I do.
What shows so?
Look,
now I'm getting to know you better.
When I was younger, it's all like, Gossip Girl, 90210. Like, you watch it too?
I was like, I don't know. I was like, you're dead? Oh no.
You watched 90210?
I know it. I never. Usually I watched in German TV before 90201 or 210, right? Before it came on, there was the Prince of Bel-Air, and I watched the Prince of Bel-Air. And then afterward it would come on, and I'm like, that's stupid. Sorry.
Yeah, I watch all the stupid rom-com shows. And then I think lately I only watch Korean shows.
Okay.
And then maybe documentaries like the Harry and Meghan.
Oh, you watched that?
Yes.
How is it? I didn't watch it.
It's very like, this is my side of the story.
Yeah.
And the press is killing me or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I feel her. I feel bad for her.
I feel her. Okay. The more I hear about her, the less bad I feel. In the beginning, I thought, oh, that poor girl. But now it looks to me like, as someone who teaches marketing, I'm like, that's smart. Like to
do this?
Yes, all the things she's doing seems like she's a Hollywood person, right? It's like it seems like well planned. But
True.
And it's just hard to feel sympathetic for someone who's got everything.
True.
Or basically everything.
Yeah, true. But I mean, I think it's hard to be someone famous. Like, you can't really walk on the street.
Okay.
That's kind of sad, no? If you can't just walk on the street.
Well, I mean, you're on the way, a famous designer, so I mean, let's see.
Actually, I do feel weird sometimes when like I meet someone, or actually I like when I walk past someone and they recognize me.
Right.
I feel like I want to quickly walk away because sometimes I dress like shit, sometimes I look like shit, sometimes I just don't want to see anyone.
Yeah.
And it just feels weird. And then I see them staring at me and I'm like, oh shit, she knows me. And then I'm just like, she's gonna judge me.
So what's funny about that is like, so at first when I first met you, I didn't know that you're a designer and all those things, right? And then when I realized that after like connecting with you on IG and all those things, I'm like, oh look at that! Oh god, that's really serious. Look at her. And then like I think I show like different websites in my classes. Like, hey students, what would you improve? And then I showed your website just because I use my friends' examples, and they're like, oh my god, this is so cool! Like the brand.
They do know?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
And so I'm like, oh shit, the people know you. Now I'm like,
Me too. Oh shit, people know me.
yeah, how does it feel?
At first, I think it feels really nice. Like at first, it feels good to be recognized.
Okay.
And then I think like maybe a little bit before COVID and after COVID, I think after a while, I feel like before I think I felt really confident at what I'm doing. And then after a while, I think I felt like a bit insecure.
Oh, okay.
Because when people know you more, I think they also tend to judge you more.
That is true.
So as far as like work-wise, I'm okay with it. But after a while, I think as a person that people know, I think I feel like I get judged more often. And it's kind of hard when people know me and I don't know them.
Yeah.
And then, and social media, like the toxicity of social media is kind of hard.
You feel that? I think.
Yeah.
Why or what would people say negatively to you? Like you're such a nice, positive person all the time. I mean,
maybe not to everyone.
Okay.
I mean, I think I've had like bad comments, like hate comments and whatnot.
Okay,
not directly in my page, but in someone else's page, like mentioning me.
Okay.
But then when I read it, I feel like, oh, that's so mean. After a while, I'm just like, they don't really know me. I don't even know you, and then it's fine. But then if there's a lot of it, I think that's like kind of sad and scary. So I feel bad for like famous people because for me, it was only like less than 10 comments. But for like someone like Megan, it's probably a million comments.
But it's already enough so that you realize that you think about it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Then you just ignore it. You're like, okay, good.
I just ignore it, but I still remember. Like I think of it from time to time. Yeah.
Okay, crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, but do you do anything else like blocking people or whatever? Or you just move on. Okay, so you don't spend that much time on it.
Yeah,
okay, that's smart. Okay.
I try.
No, that's smart. Like every time I follow podcasts, like some that are a little bit bigger than mine, like Joe Rogan and so on, like a little bit. Like and when he talks to famous people, he's always like, dude, you can't listen to the comments because even lots of the famous people he invites, they listen to social media. They read the comments and he's like, no, you can't do it. Turn it off. You can't.
Yeah. Because if people like you, there are gonna be a few people who don't like you at all.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Okay, but now that more people like you than don't like you, and I still reserve my judgment, it always changes when we play volleyball together. Then maybe I like you a little less. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, when there's more people who like me, there's gonna be people who hate me, especially in volleyball. I think that hurts the most.
That's kind of nice that you think people like you in volleyball.
I think they do. Only a little bit.
A little bit. Okay, a little
Well, my sister, for one, she has to like me.
Yeah, I'm not sure. She puts you in my team a lot, not in her team anymore. I'm not sure if she likes you.
I think she does.
She'll go over there.
She does like me because she already got rid of me. So she's like, oh, I like you now because I got rid of you to the other team.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You can keep coming. You just play with the others. Okay.
Yeah.
And so before we talk about our love-hate relationship within volleyball.
Okay.
Like how did this whole thing start for you becoming now that basically famous designer? I keep saying that until you accept it. If my students know you, that means you're on the way. So how did it start?
I think I was still in school in 2014. I was still in New York in school, and then I think it was during just the summer. I basically was bored. I had nothing to do, and I thought my money for snacks, food, shopping in New York wasn't enough because New York is really expensive, right? I do get like monthly payments from my parents, but I want more. I wanted to like shop more basically. And then I was already doing fashion design, so I thought, why not, start an online brand, start on Instagram. It was really small. I started with like 100K. And I asked my dad like, oh, can I borrow 100K? And then if I don't give it back to you within like 6 months, like you don't ever have to help me with business again.
Okay, cool.
And then I gave it back to him the next month. Like at the first month, it was amazing. I think it's because all my friends bought from me
Yeah, okay.
and my friends of friends bought
nice,
from me.
yeah.
So they were really nice to support me on the first month. And then I think from then on, I still had 2 more years of school.
Yeah.
So I come back like during summer break and winter break to like do new stuff,
Yeah.
go back there, and then we just answer like via line.
Right,
and
right.
then my nanny and my mom at home would help pack and send out packages. And then after I graduated, like I still worked there as
Yeah.
like a full-time job for 6 months,
Yep.
just because I wanted more experience. But then my mom was like, okay, you got to come back. Like, I can't keep doing this for you, because she was a doctor too. And then I came back. I did it full-time. And then, I don't know, like after a while, I think I started sharing a lot of like reviewing like skincare stuff and makeup stuff on top of like clothes, styling and whatnot. And then I think that's when I gained more followers
Okay.
who were my customers that were also interested in like beauty,
Okay,
lifestyle
yeah.
and skincare. I think that's how the influencer title comes from. But I think before I was just like a brand owner. And then after a while it kind of transitioned into influencer as well. But I do prefer to be brand owner, not really influencer.
Okay.
Yeah. And then now.
Okay. So so that I get it. So it started while you were in school?
school, yeah.
Okay. You needed more money. You're like, I want to go more shopping. I want to buy
Yeah,
more stuff.
yeah.
I need to make money. And
Yes.
then, okay, you ask for 100K.
Yes.
That if I don't give it back to you, you never have to help me again. That sounds like a good deal for parents, like, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
yeah.
think about like how much parents help their
Yeah.
kids anyway. So like, okay, good deal. If you don't make it, I'm set.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And like I think my dad was like typical Thai Chinese dad who
Yeah.
wants their kids to be like doctor, engineer, whatnot. And he was like no business owner, no artist, no fashion, whatnot. And then I think a little bit I wanted to like prove him wrong, kind of.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. But now it's all good. Now he's very accepting,
Yeah.
and okay, it's like
Well,
okay.
he has to.
Yeah, exactly.
He has to.
Okay, you're successful. I guess I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then so how, like when you were starting off, right? Because I think it's also interesting for lots of my students who I make listen to this podcast.
Mandatory? Do you give them extra points?
No, it's just part of the class. No extra points. That's the assignment. No, I make them listen to other podcasts, not to mine. I wouldn't.
Okay.
But they end up then tuning in once in a
Okay.
while. I appreciate everybody. So while you were doing it, while you were in school, how did you handle the time management besides making your mom
Yeah.
do the stuff?
I think when it first started, because it was so small, like
Yeah.
I think I started with like maybe 3 tops and 3 pants. So
Okay.
it's only 6 styles, and we have like 3 to 4 sizes per style.
Yeah.
And then I think when I come back, I take photos.
Yeah.
I use my friends, hire my friends, treat them food to help me like do the photo shoot, makeup, hair, model, and whatnot. And then when I go back there, I'm the one who answers the line chats. So maybe like it's a bit slow at first. And then I make all the orders and I send it back to Thailand, and my mom and my nanny helps,
Okay.
send it out. And then that's just a cycle during the first like 2-3 years. And then
Okay.
sometimes when we come back for like when I come back for summer or winter break, there's like markets, before there's like
Yeah, sure.
markets and like malls.
Yeah.
And when we join for like a weekend, then we get more exposure from there.
Yeah.
And then I think also like at that time, there wasn't many brands.
Yeah.
So a lot of my friends of friends were like micro influencers already.
Okay.
So I would send them clothes to like help, shout out and whatnot. And then I think they were really open back then because there weren't many brands.
Yeah.
And then why not, take some photos and whatnot.
Okay.
But now it's just like there's so many brands. Yeah.
I wanted to ask your opinion on that because I see it now also within my students. Like every other student has like some brand where they're selling clothes on IG. But when I asked them, they also said like, yeah, it's going okay-ish, but not really great. Because I mean, like I said, everybody has it. So
Yeah.
what's your feeling on it? Do you think it's like saturated now? Do you think that's too much? Or do you think like just find the right niche?
Yeah, I think there's room for
Okay.
everyone. I feel like at first, even for my brand, I was like almost the most expensive on the online like Instagram market. But I think there's room for that niche market. I
Okay.
think if you're trying to do what other people are doing, then you're just gonna compete with other people with pricing and whatnot.
Exactly.
But if you do something different, even though it's like more niche, you'll find your, little bubble that people get you. So I think there's still room for like growth and everything. Yeah.
The marketing teacher appreciates like that pricing thing that you mentioned. Because
Four piece.
Exactly. 4 piece, 5 piece, 7 piece, 3 C's, all those things. I tell my students always like, I don't care about that as long as you understand the concept of like putting people in the center. But so you can't make it a pricing competition because eventually you're not making money anymore, right? So
exactly. Yeah.
So. Then, besides that, like, what do you think is a good niche right now? I mean, you're established, so you don't have to worry about
so
like.
Hard. I am still worried.
Okay.
I think.
Not telling you.
For me, it's like not only just what you think the market needs. I think you also need to be passionate about it. Like, if you're passionate about it, the customers can see that you're passionate about it. But if you just like, there's a lot of brands who like go buy like clothes from China and they sell it here and just, add prices, take good photos.
Yeah.
Those fast fashion, they're just like brand names that goes away.
Right.
And then the customers don't really remember your brand name at all because you just buy something and sell.
Yeah.
And there's no like actual like concept or style or your aesthetic. So I think if you could find what you really like and what you're passionate about, like customers will see that eventually through like branding, photos, marketing and whatnot. I think for me, like you need passion and aesthetic to go together.
Okay, so passion and aesthetic first over the marketing trend niche. Because I mean, if I'm passionate, for example, about from my point of view, right? I'm passionate about like sports gear.
Yeah.
There are like a gazillion sports gear things out there. So then if I'm passionate about it, it's still not smart to do it, is it? Or would you think like...
I think if you have like a certain aesthetic that you like, so passion plus the aesthetic, and then you add all the marketing and branding that goes with your aesthetic, I think it will go together.
Okay, fair point.
Yeah.
Okay, listen to this. Okay.
Does it help?
Nice. I was like, they mentioned fast fashion. Like fast fashion has been like a topic within my students like a lot now in these days, like from the first to the fourth year students that I've been teaching, and they realize like it's a problem, they say, and actually like, I had some first year students. They created like a campaign / solution of how to get rid of fast fashion, like slow fashion, so to speak.
Is it possible?
Yeah, that's the question. Like so, what do you think about that fast fashion? Like because Shein is everywhere, for example, right? As an example, and so do you think that's understandable because it's cheap? Do you think like it's sustainable, or do you just hate it?
I mean, it's pretty funny of all the memes that came out of Shein. Like you saw like TikTok videos where people just did unboxing and it's literally just strands, and then it's like, hi, this is an unboxing from Shein. It's so cool and nice. It's literally a strand of rope coming up from a box because the quality is so bad. But I think there's a lot of people who would pay for that. Like, I think because people who don't really care about what they wear, or they don't really care about the quality, they don't really care about like style or whatnot, I think they still go for the fast fashion, like no matter what, because it's cheap, and they know maybe it looks good on the photo. They don't really care anyways. It's kind of like stereotyping, for example, other Asian people versus like Japanese people. Like Japanese really care for like quality and whatnot. So I feel like it really depends on the person, and I think you can't really get rid of like fast fashion because there are gonna be customers for it anyways. Yeah. Okay. Unless there's no customers for fast fashion, then it will go away. But I think until now it won't.
Okay, fair point. I ordered something at Shein too once.
What did you get? Did you like it?
Something for my cats. They have pet stuff too, and I'm like, oh God, no! Now they get me too. Oh no, I don't want to.
Is it good
though? Well, it's still. I mean, it was a head for a cat, like so. It's
fine.
It's still there, yeah. So it's still there, but yeah, I was like hesitating. I'm like, should I really? But it's so cute. Should.
I mean, I would pay like cute stuff for my dog too because he's just gonna destroy it.
That's what I thought. That's why I was like, okay, it's cheap, so let's try it. But exactly. But they got me. No, just to finish that thought. Right. So the students, they thought if they create like a community around non-fast fashion, like where you can connect, like, hey, I've got like those clothes right now, but I'm bored of them. And then maybe the community could give suggestions to like the community members, like how to rearrange, restyle their clothes and so on. So that was a first year student's idea. So it's not fully fleshed out, of course, because first year. But that was like, they're like, hey, if I have like friends or like people that are like-minded and they give me feedback on like how I can reuse my stuff, maybe I would do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's really good because there's like a store in New York called Beacon's Closet. It's kind of like where you can bring your old clothes where you can sell or just donate. And then they basically take clothes and then they will look at it. If it's sellable, they will take it and sell it. And if it's not sellable, they will just donate it. But then all those clothes, you can rebuy it in a cheaper price, or they also let like stylists or like fashion people come and take it for like photo shoots or whatever that they want to style or play with.
Right.
So I guess that's like another idea where it could be like recyclable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's cool. Hey, so you mentioned New York a few times.
Oh, yes.
What's up with New York?
Well, I studied there for 4 years, right? And I stayed there for another 6 months. And I've been going back to New York every year, like just to travel, but not during COVID years. And I guess it's like my second home almost. Yeah, because I love it.
It's also on your clothes once in a while.
Yes, even this one. Yeah, even
there you
this
go,
one.
see?
This is the Brooklyn Bridge, right? I think because I'm really inspired by the city, so it's always like I always pull inspiration from there.
Well, what makes it so inspirational? I mean, I think everybody has like certain places. For me, it's Sydney. I live there. I go back there almost once a year.
Are you going back there soon?
I hope so. Yeah, I do hope so. Also not during COVID, but other times. Yeah. So, but what makes New York so special to you then?
Yeah, I think it's also like my second home. Like the first semester, I like cried almost every day because I originally wanted to go to London because all my friends are going to London. And then my dad's like, no, if you're going to go to fashion, you have to go to New York. And then like the first day ever, I was so early that I didn't have any friends there yet. And then I asked like the dorm sister, like the dorm sister, like nannies, where should I go? And then I'm like, oh, let's go shopping at Soho. And then they directed me to a train and I walked there. And the first thing I saw was like a homeless like taking a dump. And I was just like, this is the worst city ever. Like it's so dirty. But then after a while, after living there for a while, like I understand all these people, and then like
why they took a dump there. You understand?
I get used to it now. I if some scary guy walks up to me, I literally just talk back or walk away. Like I'm used to it now. But then after a while, I think it's really nice because it's so diverse. Like for example, if I'm sitting. Like I was sitting in a restaurant and then I was singing this song that was just like playing. It's like Lady Gaga song. And then everybody's just looking at me like weird. But then if I was doing this in New York, nobody cares. Okay. So I feel like it's really nice that nobody cares about anything at all.
Yes, we are recording, but nice to see you. So cool.
You're a student.
Yes.
Where was I? Oh, everything in New York is like so nice and chill, like nobody cares about anything, and then you could literally walk for like hours and hours and just go on and on and on, and the skyscrapers are nice. There's nice people, there's bad people, like it's fine, like everything is fine. And then I think there's just so many variety of things that you kind of fall in love with it, even though it's so dirty, but you like the charm of it for some reason.
I do can relate to that, like I mean, it's not exactly the same because it's a German city, but like I grew up in like a very small town, like very like in the south, like very, like I don't know, very close and like very like everything very orderly. And then I moved to Berlin, and Berlin is just it's dirty, so dirty, but also
I don't like Berlin though.
But also very but then also the charm. So I like it in parts, in pieces.
Okay.
But I appreciate the charm of not being perfect. Like that's what I like. That's what I like there. And that is also very diverse. Like so many different people, which you wouldn't meet in like a fancy town such as Munich, for example, in Germany, which is like more snobby, more high-so. Very pretty, but you just don't have the diversity. And in Berlin, you meet so many diverse people. I lived there for my thesis, for my internship, and I was looking for a room to stay, like for an apartment. So I'm like shared flats and so on, and I can't even count anymore in how many shared flats I walked in that smelled like weed. Even back then, like I'm flying right now. Thank you. I'm not taking this room, but thank you. So you're super cool. You would never see that anywhere else.
Yeah.
But to come back to your New York story, so. Taking like all this now into consideration, does that mean that basically your life, your fashion, everything is inspired by that first moment, seeing that homeless person taking it down?
Maybe one of the moments. It's definitely in one of those moments.
Do you still remember?
I still remember. Yep, it's pretty scarring, honestly. I actually almost got peed by a homeless once too. Like he was turning his back, and I was like walking, like crossing the street, and he turned to me, and then he like swung, and I was just like, I ran, and I was like, oh my god, thank God. I was like, oh my god, I almost got like homeless peed on me. I like ran. Yep, there's many stories, but I guess that's the charm of New York.
This is turning out to be my most favorite podcast ever.
I think I visited New York twice before I actually studied that, and I hated it.
Okay.
I hate it, but when you live there for a while, you live like a local. There's like many other things to do, and then you kind of, start to love it more, right? I mean, is that the same as Sydney or?
Yeah, so I think maybe it's more like Berlin, because you said you hated Berlin.
Oh yeah, maybe I should live there.
if you live there, you get used to stuff and you know what to avoid and where to go and where the cool places are and so on. So I think that's Sydney. I know Sydney, like from the moment I landed, I was like, that's so awesome.
Oh.
But it was the first city I lived in abroad, I think.
Okay.
Like, so I lived in Berlin, but it's still the same country, right? So not that difficult. So then Sydney was the first place I lived abroad for a long time, for over a year.
Okay.
And yeah, so the skyscrapers, you're like what you said about New York, like, oh my God, this is so awesome. And then there's like a bridge over where you can just chill and look at the boats and stuff. And like it looks like the Brooklyn Bridge, that like a little bit, like not, but like, and also with the trains running. And then you said about the singing, right? Like in Sydney, like I stayed with friends of friends for the first month before I found an apartment. And so they were living outside of Sydney, and I had to take a train every day. And I would sit down on a train, and every day when there was a space next to me, a random stranger would sit down like, hey mate, how's it going? Wow. This would never happen in Germany. In Germany, we're like, you stay there, I stay here, we're not talking. Just strangers talk to you, and I'm like, wow, people can be nice. This is so cool. You can just talk to people. This is awesome. And
now you're in Thailand. Like, is it like Germany?
Yeah. Don't touch, don't go. especially if you look like me. If you're like I have this a lot. Like I take the BTS here, the SkyTrain. It's crowded. Like I'm sitting down. There's one space next to me. No one's sitting down.
Really?
It happens all the time. I don't know. Maybe I look very unfriendly. I don't know. I mean, if it's really crowded, then I of course get up and let like the old people sit down. But if it's like there's a seat next to me, you can just sit here. Sometimes
maybe they just don't like sitting.
Yeah, probably they hate.
I mean, I don't ever sit in the BTS at all.
Yeah, I only started sitting now when I take my big bag, when I have like lots of cameras in there.
Okay.
But otherwise, if it's just for a short trip, I also don't sit usually. But like from my home here, it takes like 35 minutes or so.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I take a van or a bus to my university.
You do take buses?
Yeah.
Like Thailand buses?
Look at her, how she's looking. Yes, I take
non-AC buses or the AC ones?
Well, I took the non-AC when I was desperate, but because no AC was coming.
Wow.
But mostly I take AC buses.
I'm impressed because when I was younger, my mom like trains me to go sit in buses. She's like, you're not going to be a snob. You got to take like buses and whatnot. And then I loved it when I was younger. Yeah. Like I loved the AC buses, but I think one time I had to sit in non-AC buses like during the summer, and I was just like, I'm dying. I think it was like a basketball practice, and I was like, I'm dying.
No, they're so uncomfortable. It's ridiculous. Yeah. The AC buses, especially the new ones, they're fine, and I usually sit in the back, sleep until I'm there. Because like if you drive in Rangsit, you're stuck in traffic forever. It's just annoying. So I just get up, sit in a bus, sleep. The bus goes right into campus.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have to do anything. Yeah, so that's like, and it's 25 baht compared to like 500 for the taxi or something. Like Grab, that's ridiculous.
I'll tell my friend who works at Grab. He probably can't do anything though, because he needs to get his high paid salary.
Yeah, exactly. I invited Grab so many times to come to my university. They're never coming.
Really?
They never. It's the only brand who always ghosts me. Everybody else is at least they're sorry, we can make it next time, but they just ghost me. Say it a few more times for the algorithm. Grab. That's why I use both now all the time.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I'll tell him.
Nice. Grab is ghosting me. It's like a bad relationship. Okay, but hey, enough of my Grab stories.
Okay.
So let me recap. So okay, we talked about New York. We talked about how you started. Where's it? Before I ask the next question, you know what was really really weird or cool weird when you had like your store in Emporium? Because I'm walking and I'm like, that's her. Then I saw the letters, the big.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
How do you do this? Do you do this often? Do you do this regularly? What?
Well, I mean, we're already out of that space because it was a pop-up.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
right now we're at Siam Paragon, Central World and Central Chitlom, right?
Okay.
And I mean, I think it's nice because people get to see my store with like my racks and with my design of the interior design, so they get the mood of like what our brand is, and then they get the experience, and we get to train like our own like our own salesperson.
Okay.
Not like when we're in multi-brand stores, like it's like the center salesperson, so they don't really understand like who we are as a brand. So I really like having like a front store where people can visit. Like they don't even have to buy it; they can just go try on. But I know like people get scared when they go to shops and they want to try things on and they don't buy stuff. Even for me, I feel bad for not buying. Yeah. But as an owner, I feel fine.
Okay.
I want customers to come and try, even though they don't need to buy anything.
Okay. I will do next time.
You should. The t-shirts are unisex, by the way.
Start a Sydney line, then we talk.
I should do like a Sydney t-shirts, right? Okay.
Exactly.
I need to ask photos from you so I can have inspiration.
Photos of me in Sydney, like here, take this
it's
one.
Fine. I'll crop you out and then have the background. Screen on a t-shirt.
I want royalties. Okay, so that's cool. Then we can cut this out. But how expensive is it? Is it expensive to be there?
Oh, they only take commission.
Oh, really?
So they take percentage. They take around like 30 to 40% of our sales.
Okay.
And they don't take any rent because
cool.
it's the department store side.
Oh, okay.
However, if you're in like the store where the entire rectangle is yours, you have to pay like a certain rent fee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
It's not too bad.
Okay, cool, yeah. So, because the one at Emporium was like perfect, because I mean, when I take the BTS, I just pass it. Yeah. I passed it so many times when I was still living in the area, right? I was like, I saw your brand every day.
Yeah.
Like, the hell? That's awesome. Okay, now you're in all the centrals. Okay.
Yes, and Siam Paragon.
And
then next year we'll be back in Emporium when they renovate the inside.
Oh yeah, that's true. I saw that. Yeah. Okay. Do department stores drive sales, or is it more just like look at us?
I think before they do, like way before COVID, the sales at department stores are like amazing, and then during COVID, it like went all the way down to the floor, and then it closed a bit, and then now I think it's getting better. But I think people are a lot more comfortable like shopping online, and sometimes if they already know their size for my brand, they just shop from home.
Okay.
Yeah.
People who already know me because they're returning customers. Nice. Okay. So you've got a loyal customer base.
Yes. Cool. Yes. We have like maybe like 30 to 40 like VIPs who like always come back like almost like I would say they shop every collection, maybe not all the pieces.
Okay.
But then we also do have like customers who come back maybe a few pieces per collection.
Okay, wait. How do I become a VIP? Is everyone who returns a VIP, or what makes me a VIP?
So if you spend 30K within 1 year, you're a VIP.
Okay.
And then after that, you get 10% off for every order.
Okay.
After that.
Okay. Okay.
And then you get like gifts, like holiday gifts.
Oh.
Like today, I just packed out a few holiday gifts to like our VIPs.
Oh, that's nice. Do you have different levels of like customers, like VIPs, almost VIPs?
We do. We don't tell them. So it's like VIPs and then the almost VIPs. Yeah. We do tell them if they want to know, but if they don't, we don't tell them.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like some customers don't really want us to bother them.
Yeah, okay. That was my next question, because also in class we talk about like gamification, meaning like giving points to customers, so if they see where they're at, they might spend more to reach the next level.
Yeah.
But so you're not saying like, hey, you're in this level now, you have to.
It really depends on the customer, because when we have like our line chats, we can kind of tell whether they want us to tell them or
Okay,
not.
yeah.
If they're like talkative and they want to talk to us more, I think they would want us to tell them.
Okay,
So
great, yeah.
whoever really talks a lot, we always tell them, oh, where you are. And
Okay.
then if you want to become a VIP, you're like this far off.
Yeah.
And then if some people who like have some customers who just order and they talk less, so
Yeah.
we don't really bother them because we don't know if they want to be bothered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great point. Like
It's really hard.
it is, right? Because
Yeah.
I mean, you know it. I know it. Like sometimes you're like, yeah, cool. I want the goodies.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're like, just shut up, leave me alone.
Exactly,
Yeah, so-
right? Like some people like to be pressured in order to buy something,
Exactly.
and some people do not want to be like touched or talked to or anything. Like they
Yeah.
want to be left alone in order
Yeah.
to buy something. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I then ask the future question, like how fast did your team now grow? Like they must be crazy too, right?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I first started with me, my mom, and my nanny, right?
Yeah.
Now we have about like 7 people on the office side. So
Damn,
the
okay.
office side is like stock, QC, accounting, like all those things in the
Like
office side.
QC. Okay, nice. Yeah.
And then for the production, it's like sewing, production,
Right.
batter making, cutting.
That's in
we have
Bangladesh.
about like 15
okay,
people.
not in Bangladesh. Okay. good.
No,
I'm kidding.
we do not go to Bangladesh or China or any,
Awesome.
child labor. We don't have any of that. Everybody is over 20.
Nice.
Yeah, so we have total about like 20-ish people
Awesome.
right now.
Okay, crazy.
Mm.
How? See, I always want to ask about the future, but now I have another question before I ask it. Like, because I had the event at Thammasat, and one of the guest speakers was from GQ Apparel.
Oh.
And also Agoda, but GQ was the fashion brand was there.
Yeah.
And I mean, think about it, what you want. It's not really high fashion or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So not really customized. But they said they struggled during COVID. They had to pivot a few times, like find
Yeah.
new ways to do things. They
Yeah.
made like their GQ mask, which caught on fire, right? Which you
Yeah.
can buy in 7-Eleven and whatever.
Yeah.
So how was COVID for you?
I think it was really hard like the first month because that month we launched a travel collection. That collection was about traveling and in transit, like when you're waiting for the next plane ride. It's like the photo shoot. We actually did a wall and a belt for your luggage when it comes out.
Oh.
We made that up. Like we spent over like $200K on that photo shoot
Yeah.
for that collection. And then when it came out, it was like the first month of like COVID.
Yeah.
And then I was like, we were also planning to do a show. And
Yeah.
then I was so shocked and sad. And it was like coats, pants, sweaters, like travel stuff. And then that collection like died first off. And then right after that collection, we did like t-shirts, pajamas, everything that's like home stuff. And then I think because it's like the first few months, we were still like, oh, it's going to go away soon. We're going to have vaccines and whatnot. So we still had like some travel stuff. But I think after a while, we kind of understood that it's not going to go away soon. So we did like some masks as well. We did some like t-shirts and a lot of loungewear, which did pretty well. And then we started doing jeans. And I think that really helped us because people stopped wearing like work pants.
Right.
They started
okay.
wearing jeans. And then I was like, oh, thank God we have the jeans to save
Yeah.
us.
Okay.
And then I think that's how we transitioned. But now we're also transitioning back to travel clothes too.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So you had to transition, like pivot a little bit.
A lot. A lot.
Okay. Yes.
A lot and then
Okay.
now a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, but that's interesting. So, and now, how is it? Like, are you still growing right now, or is it like just like stable, or you like?
I think now we're kind of growing back
Okay,
in like
cool.
a different direction,
Yeah.
like in a pivoting direction. So I think we are kind of growing, but
Yeah.
we weren't where we are exactly where we want to be. Like we planned for like 2023 to be this. It wasn't exactly like
Right.
this because it was delayed with COVID,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. You talk a lot about pivoting and like with
Yeah.
all the other brands that I had at Thammasat also pivoting.
Yeah.
But every time I say the word pivot, in my head, I see Ross from Friends yelling pivot.
Pivot with the couch,
With the
right?
couch,
oh
exactly.
my God, yes.
Yes.
Pivot.
I said pivot. Oh, you said pivot.
Oh my God. I don't understand how I could remember that scene so vividly.
Yeah, right?
And like, you brought Chandler? Chandler? You could have brought Monica.
Exactly. It's like the third choice. But okay,
Last choice.
Last choice, exactly.
So funny, yeah.
Yeah, so it's always mad when I say this
You
word a
can
lot by
change
now.
to the word like shifting or something.
But I kind of like it because I mean,
Yeah.
Friends is awesome.
Yes.
So
Yes, I love Friends too.
that's also a show that I binge all the time because we just
Yeah.
talked about it in the beginning. So Friends,
Oh, yeah.
I binge Friends all the time. It was off Netflix for a while now,
Yeah.
but now it's back on. I'm
yeah.
so glad it's back.
So you just keep rewatching it?
I can talk through every dialogue by now, I think.
Oh my God.
And I mean, I relate a little bit to Ross because university professor,
Yeah.
bit nerdy. So I'm like, hey, Ross is so cool. He's not cool, but you know. I also like, yeah, when he runs to class and he struggles in class, I'm like, yeah, I can relate. I can relate to
Now
that.
you're going to roller skate to class
Exactly.
now?
Oh, you know that one too. Yes, exactly.
I think I've watched Friends for about 2.5 times.
Okay, yeah.
Because like, I think now I also have it on my Netflix too. Like,
Yeah.
I just watch it when I really don't have anything to watch and
Exactly.
I just want to kill time.
Yeah,
'Cause
same.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it too.
I-
And I feel like I'm Monica.
I was about to ask you, who do you think you're more? Are you like obsessive with cleaning and stuff?
I think I'm not obsessive with cleaning, but I'm obsessive with organizing.
Okay.
Like every night when I go home, I arrange my closet. Like I kind of categorize my closet in a certain way.
Okay.
And I kind of reorganize every day.
Okay.
And then I organize my like drawers every day too.
Did you get this OCD checked out already? Or?
No, but I think I don't need it checked out. I already know. Yeah, I like to organize a lot.
Okay.
And then I hate cooking, but I like eating. So I guess I can still be a little bit like her because she was a fat kid. And I was a fat kid too, so we relate.
You know the camera adds 10 pounds? How many cameras were on you?
So funny. Yeah, but I mean, I think I like Ross too. I mean, I like all of them, but I think
No.
I really like Joey just
Of
because like,
course.
all his jokes
Yeah.
is just like so funny and
Yeah.
so on point.
How
And he says
you
it
doing?
he says it so like honestly and innocently at the same time. It's like, wow, you're a really good actor.
Right.
Or
I
is
think-
he actually like that? Like I think about that all the time.
Like, also his stare, like his face looks just so. I'm sorry, stupid, but like
Yeah.
funny, like in a
Yeah.
funny way. Like he really
Yeah.
means it. It's
Yeah.
awesome, and I relate to him because I also love pizza. Like if there's
Oh,
pizza,
yeah.
I eat all the pizzas like by
You can
myself.
finish like a whole
One, please, come on.
thing alone.
Yes,
Like
easy.
a large
Yeah,
from pizza company or
if there's
whatnot?
the pizza company is not even large. If it's like buy one get one, I eat both.
You finish both?
Yes, of course.
Oh my god, damn.
But pizza
Wow.
company is terrible though. I mean,
love it.
okay.
I mean, I love it as pizza company. Like I know I'm eating pizza company.
Okay, yeah.
But if I want like Italian
Exactly.
pizza, it's not that. Yeah,
I mean,
that's Thai.
I mean,
pizza.
you're basically a New Yorker, so you don't know what real pizza is. It's okay.
True.
But Italian pizza,
True.
like,
True.
enough of the Friends, but the last example, like when they have the Thanksgiving dinner,
Yeah.
if you remember this,
Yeah.
then he comes in and then he eats and then he's like, oh, he leaves and then he comes back with like the pregnancy. He's like, okay, now I'm ready. That's exactly how I feel with pizza. I'm like,
So funny.
I don't leave any pizza.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah.
Okay, from Wednesday to Friends, and we pivot.
Yes.
We pivot from Wednesday to Friends. It's awesome.
It's
Okay,
both comedy, kind of.
it is, yeah. You know that like I talk Friends in my classes too because it was in the news a little bit for like being like totally non-PC, non-inclusive, non-woke, more or less,
Oh.
because it's all white people living.
I mean,
in,
it's really old. It's like a very old show,
it's
right?
very old. So I mean, I think it's not fair to like judge old shows by those new standards.
Yeah.
But it's still like people want
And
it.
it's also a group of friends of 6 people.
Yeah.
Like my close friends of 6 people, we're all Thai.
You're racist. You're not. Come on. Be more open-minded.
Exactly.
How dare you living in Bangkok
Exactly.
having Asian friends? Come on.
Exactly.
What the
And my
hell?
school was like all Thais, like 2% of foreigners. But yeah,
But to be fair, like Netflix tries some things like with their shows, right? So they
Yeah.
try to play to the audience. So
Yeah.
if you're a person of color watching or scrolling through Netflix, the thumbnail of Friends will be Ross with his black girlfriend.
oh wow, I did not know that.
So Netflix tries to analyze who you
Wait,
are.
but I'm Asian, but the thing is just Phoebe, I think.
Or maybe they think, okay, you're a woman, so we show you the crazy cat lady.
Probably. I like her too.
Smelly cat. I like
Yeah.
her. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So, no, but Netflix does try to personalize it based on who
I
they
didn't
think you
know
are.
that. Wow. I should go look at
Digital
it.
teacher.
I should go look at that.
Yeah, try. Yeah, so they've actually been. I'm not sure if they still do it as much because also the news were really up in arms about it. Like, how dare you trying to stereotype me as a black person, as a white person, whatever.
Oh my
So
God. Everything they do, they're going to get scolded.
exactly. No matter what you do, it's always wrong. Yeah. Hey, so before I'm going to ask you more about like your personal stuff in the last 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
But before we go there, last question about business, because you talk so much about business. So I'm sorry,
Okay.
but it's interesting. What's the future going to be like? What's the
That's
future?
so hard.
Because you said you had a plan for 2023. Now you pivoted a little bit, but now so
Yeah.
what's the goal?
I think I like put a lot of my personality into my brand, and then before I had like a yearly like plan for
Yeah.
every single year, 5-year plan, 10-year plan, and
Yeah.
then when COVID happened, I think my plan for my personal life kind of like, oh, I shouldn't be planning
Yeah.
this much. I should just go with the flow. Maybe like just focus on the present.
Right.
And then, so for now, we kind of plan like year to year, kind of, instead of like every single year and like a 5-year plan. But we do try to expand more, especially in New York. Like we already have our stuff in like a multi-brand store in New York called Flying Solo. But then we're joining this platform called Wolf and Badger that is based in New York, Sydney, and Hong Kong.
Sydney.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we will be like doing like pop-up shops in Sydney and New York. Like next year, we'll see how the online goes, and then we'll be in retail soon in like the next 3 years or so.
Hey, if you need a consultant for Sydney, right?
Yes.
Just saying.
I'll ask you if I need to go visit.
Yeah, please. Yeah. No problem. I can show you around.
Yes, you'll be a tour guide. Can you do it for free?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you're sitting down here with me right now. Of course, yeah, I'll do that if the times match. No problem.
Okay.
I can show you where people take dumps in Sydney. No problem.
No.
I got you covered.
I would be so sad.
Actually, something similar happened to me. Like, because I did an internship in not in the CBD, so it was like in the cool suburbs of Sydney. In Surrey Hills, for those who want to know. And then I didn't know anything, so I had my first day in the office, and okay, break time, and then I just went out, got some food, went back, and then okay, now you're done with work, you can go home. I'll see you tomorrow. Like, okay, cool. I'm like, I'm gonna walk around just to explore the area. I walked the wrong way, like away from the city center. Ghetto. I'm like, oh my God. I got scared a few times in between. I'm like, damn.
It's like completely ghetto.
Yeah, so the further you go away from the city center, basically, the worse it gets. I mean, people are awesome too, of course, but it gets a bit more
You feel scared.
scary.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, and then you see people without shirts and pants, and you're like,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I understand. Like even in the Bronx, like
No.
I know the people are probably fine because they
Yeah.
live there.
Of
but
course,
then
exactly.
I do feel scared too, just
Right.
because we're not used to it. Like we feel uneasy
Exactly.
because it's not what we've seen before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you see like the
Yeah.
1 or 2 people that are a bit off, they like
Yeah.
take their shirt off and just
Yeah.
yell at the clouds or whatever, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
right, what's happening?
So it's not like we're trying to be offensive. I
No,
think
no,
we're
no.
just uncomfortable and
Yeah,
we
exactly.
just feel different.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that's why we feel scared.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But luckily we are open-minded enough to realize that.
Yeah.
And we just walk the other way. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So then let's not always talk only business, so also for a few minutes. So like, if you're not... I actually have one more question.
It's okay. Go ahead.
So much business talk here.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
How do you come up with new ideas / creation / anything? Like how is your... Because I also teach a class on creativity. And like we always talk about like how to be creative, how to come up with things, how to create things. Like, so do you have a process? Do you wait for like the light bulb go off? Like, how do you do that?
Damn, it's so hard. I think before it was pretty easy, like going back and forth from New York to Bangkok. I always see new things all the
Okay, yeah.
time. I get inspired just sitting on a plane, like the in transit collection. And then during COVID, it is so difficult because you're at home. You're doing nothing. You go to work. You watch Netflix and whatnot. It is so hard to get inspired. But I think like going out or trying to see the little things.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get inspired by like the beach or the sunset or even just
Okay.
like the layers of water and the sand. Like when you look down.
Yeah.
I think it's finding that little bits and pieces of moments that kind of inspire you. And I mean, I don't think I can say this here because it's our next collection that I'm excited for. It's like something that I learned like this year that kind of inspired the next collection. I think it's like an internal learning kind of.
Okay.
So I think anything can be inspired.
Okay.
But it is difficult to execute what you think. Like a lot of times, sometimes like you're inspired, but like, oh shit, how do I execute it out into work and whatnot? I think a lot of people have a lot of ideas, but the executioning part, it is so difficult. And I think people who are good at executing it out is actually lucky people. Like people who have ideas, there's many people who have like amazing ideas, right? But if you can't execute it, doesn't mean anything. But if you can execute it, you're like the lucky people, I would say.
That is true also, like from just to add on that, right, from experience, like I worked in marketing agencies and I always enjoyed like being creative, like coming up with creative solutions.
Yeah.
But implementing them just bored me to death. But that's stupid from my point, because if you don't implement it,
it doesn't work. Yeah.
Exactly. You just having an idea doesn't get you anywhere. You need to execute it, like you said, and I think that's luck, but also probably determination. And I think probably
motivation.
Like you said earlier, if you find a passion, right, then you find a way to do it probably.
Yeah. I think it's also very easy to lose motivation.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Because I think a lot of times it's like when I'm bored or especially COVID, I'm like, I don't even want to do this anymore. Like I don't see the point of it. But then after a while, it's like employees, salaries, I need to pay, everything. And I'm just like, okay, I need to find that inspiration.
Right. Hey, then so being like basically responsible for employee salary and so on.
Yeah.
Did this make you change, like, I don't know, your mindset, or now you're like more responsible?
Yeah, I think at first, like, the styles and design that I was making was just from me and what I like. And I think now, obviously, I have to think about the customers, what they like, because those things drive sales, and those sales will pay for my employees. Right. If I do whatever I want that is not even wearable, it's not going to sell. Or maybe if it does sell, it's like in a small amount, then I can't really pay my employees. So everything, I guess, is like a cycle where, we need to make money. If only we can shit out money. It would be nice. I would go to all that homeless people.
That homeless people would be rich. It
would be nice.
Do you have a trick when you lack of motivation do you just think, damn, I need to care about my employees, or like do you have another trick besides just forcing yourself to get over it?
I think before I would say like going out, like going out and about, you can go to places you've never been before, or just walking around and whatnot. But then I think now I kind of just started being really into meditation.
Okay, yeah.
I think it helps a lot. I was like against meditation because I was like, meditation means I'm a Buddhist, like, and I'm going to be like a monk or something. Like, I was really against it when I was younger. And then I think now I kind of understand that it's just like tapping into like my inner self almost. And I think when you're kind of like, you're not thinking anything, your mind is like free and at peace, and you're not clouded with like stress and whatnot, it's easier to be motivated, and it's easier for you to, have a light bulb in your head. Kind of. Yeah.
Do you have like a specific time when you meditate, or is it just like when you're free?
In the morning when I wake up, or before I go to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, like right before I go to bed. Like after putting my phone down and everything, and then before I go to bed, and then in the morning before I grabbing my phone.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is it easy for you to switch off, like to let everything go? Because right? Okay, same.
Oh, it's so hard. Yeah. Like I think like when I start meditating, it would probably take me at least 5 minutes in my meditation before I actually get to the stage of like mindfulness and consciousness. Yeah.
Okay, same. Like it's so many weird thoughts in your head that you have to get rid of first. You're like, oh my God, let it. Yeah, same.
After watching Wednesday, sometimes I think about the show.
Yeah. Oh, sometimes like also. So I also try meditation. Mostly in the evening, so that I can shut down. Because if I don't do it and I go to bed and then everything is off, I have so many thoughts in my head. I have so much trouble sleeping just because
you don't shut down right away.
Yeah, I have the Wednesday song in my head. I have like just random stuff, Like random stuff. I think about the one mistake I made at volleyball. I'm like, no, why? I just can't let go. It's terrible. So meditation is great for that to let it go.
Yeah.
Besides meditating, what else do you do to, I don't know, distract yourself, stay motivated, have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Are you, besides playing volleyball with your favorite setter?
What else do I do?
Yeah.
Shopping, actually.
Okay.
Because I think the shopping part, obviously it makes me happy for like the moments that I shop, and afterwards I stress out about the money that I spent. And I think that stress kind of unlocks something in my brain,
the motivation.
Like oh shit, you need to earn money because you just spend so much.
Okay, fair.
I think that's one of the key reasons.
Okay. But you also do other sports, right? Like
so spinning.
Okay.
Well, I just started tennis.
Oh, nice.
I just started tennis. I think I only started at 3-4 classes.
Okay. Oh, you take classes? Serious?
Yes.
Okay.
And then volleyball.
How does it, sorry, interrupt, but how does it go? Because I tried tennis too a few times.
I think it's very difficult because volleyball, we want to use our wrist. Tennis, we can't use our wrist, and I keep using it, and I'm just like, it's really hard, but I'm getting a hang of it.
Okay.
So I think it's okay, and then I have Pilates, and...
Okay. Oh, I saw that one time on your IG, the Pilates thing, that looked crazy. Like you were just hanging somewhere.
It is so difficult. And then spinning and also, boxing from time to time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go back to boxing now. I haven't been boxing.
Offer still stands. come to our gym.
I'm too scared of you.
It would be the trainer, not me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could do. You can do sparring. If your passes are bad in volleyball, you can get it back in boxing. No problem.
You might get hit in the wrong places. Not on purpose, because I'm also bad at boxing too.
That's her all the time. People think you're nice, but actually you're not.
This is the reason why people hate me.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I hope your students understand our jokes. If they don't, they'll hate me too. Please don't hate me.
I just clip this right here. You're gonna get hit in the wrong places. I just clip this. Just look at her. Yeah. That's what she said.
Yeah. Don't drop my sales.
Cancel culture. There we go. Okay, so you do lots of sports. Mm-hmm. You meditate.
Yes.
Okay. You like to sing karaoke?
Oh yes. I love singing. Even though it's not good, sing in my car, sing in my shower. Okay. I go to karaoke with my friends.
Okay.
I think that helps release stress.
What kind of music do you listen to?
All the, pop.
Blackpink in your area?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I understand that, but I don't know how to sing that because it's all in Korean. Like Adele, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, Ariana.
So the serious stuff with like real range.
And all the Disney songs. And maybe a little bit of rap. Like Jack Harlow. What's his name? Oh my God, I forgot his name. Kylie's boyfriend. Kylie's boyfriend. I forgot his name. Kendrick Lamar too. I love Kendrick Lamar.
I love Kylie's boyfriend. It's a great reference. He's gonna be like, what?
Kylie's boyfriend. But I forgot his name. But I love Kendrick Lamar, Beyonce. Okay. Yeah, all those people.
Okay. I kind of low-key want to hear you rap at some point. Dropping some bars.
Later.
Okay, maybe later. Okay. I should have brought some alcohol, damn it.
Yep.
Okay,
next time
follow up.
We can do like one question and one shot.
Okay. That's going to be tough because I don't drink, so you have to take the shots. If I smell, I'm going to be like, that's it.
I can do that. But somebody has to drive me home. Yeah.
You heard it here first. Follow up going to be the drunk podcast.
Yes.
Okay, besides drinking, what other drugs do you take since we're on the topic?
I don't think I can do drugs.
Okay, no drugs. Okay, I wanted to follow the Joe Rogan example where they always high when they do podcasts.
Really?
They always talk about like how they're smoking weed while they're on and stuff like this.
I think when I'm baked, I sleep. So I don't think I can do your podcast when we're high because I'll be like.
I'm always way too scared to try anything. Mm-hmm. Like I never drank, I've never smoked, I never did anything. So now. Yeah, so back then I was playing volleyball seriously. Like I tried to be serious, so I just because I'm pretty small for a volleyball player. So I was just like I'm gonna train harder. So I don't drink, I don't party, I don't do anything. I just train. That worked for like 2 years, and then I was
gonna say that's super impressive.
No, I mean like when I was like teenager, no problem. Like I went through all the youth stages, but then on like adult level. I could hang for like 2 years, and then there was just no weight with all the just no way. But yeah, so that's why I never started. And now I think if I would try anything, be it weed, be it alcohol, I would just be like out in like this. If I just sniff it, probably.
It's okay. Try it at home.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be like out next to my cats, like.
Maybe your cats will get high too.
They have like catnip.
That would be funny.
Maybe I should try with catnip. So.
Can you please film them? I want to see how they are.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, just look at me like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. They're probably
stop
stronger.
Probably. Did your dog ever get high?
No.
I'm just asking, like, who not just. I'm trying to uncover, like, the last 5 minutes. I try to uncover some dark secrets of yours.
He probably get high on sugar or some bread
fair.
that my mom feeds him.
But I see you take him out a lot too, right?
Yeah, just to walk around the neighborhood. Yeah. I don't really take him out like at malls because it's so difficult. Like,
yeah, that's
to
true.
bring a cart. Like, you can't get him into this
They have
restaurant.
carts here. Have you seen it?
Oh.
But I wouldn't know where. Yeah, but so they have like pet carts here, in the ground floor.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know what you would do with them here.
Yeah,
like, to be honest.
exactly. And then I wish there's more like parks where you can like closed space parks that he can't just run into the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like parks is just open where he can run anywhere.
But also lots of parks don't allow pets.
Exactly.
Like,
it is so difficult. Like, I don't understand. Even like, for example, I love New York because you can bring dogs anywhere. Even like a Chanel store, or high-end stores, you can just bring your dog in.
I follow this one guy. He has got 3 cats. He lives in New York.
Oh.
And he brings the cats everywhere. They went to a furniture store and everyone's like super cool. I'm like, what?
Exactly. I think it's just Thai people.
Yeah.
But we understand my parents used to hate dogs. Like, they're like, animals are dirty. They're animals. But I think like for people like in the US, they're like, oh, animals are friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I almost said something racist, but yes, I think that I think so too. But my parents are also not the biggest fan of pets, so it's not just a Thai thing. Maybe it's like a generational thing.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, my grandma like screams at Suki all the time, like get out, like loudly, and Suki just bark back because he doesn't know what to do. Like,
he looks so cute in all the pictures. How can you scream at him? How
He's
can you yell at him?
hyper.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
He's too hyper for me to get a photo. That's why on social media he looks calm.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Again,
fair point.
social media and reality.
Yeah, exactly. Always just faking it.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we're almost there, but I of course I'm still trying to get like some of your dark secrets that I can clip and say like, hey, look at this. So what's the thing that people shouldn't know about you?
Should know or should not know about me?
Are you going to share something they should not know?
In what scenario? It's very hard to think of one.
Anything that would should not know, but that would people surprise, of course. I mean, you don't have to admit that you murdered someone back then.
I eat like a fat kid. I eat really shitty. Like I don't like veggies. I eat like fast food a lot. I eat snacks. I love unhealthy stuff.
Now we just hate you more because you don't look like that. So you're like, look at me. I just eat fast food.
I don't just eat fast food. I try to, add salads. Like, for example, today I had to add a salad into my meal because I've been gaining weight. I love the soft drinks. Like my mom, like when I was younger, she's like, no like candies, no chips, no soft drinks. So in school, like after school, I would buy like one Pepsi. I would drink it on one go, like one bottle. And I would go to like a basketball practice. And then I would drink another bottle in one go and throw it away quickly before she comes and pick me up. Because I cannot have that at home. So I guess this is like my dark secrets where I eat poorly because my mom is a doctor and she won't let me eat any
Your mom is
stuff.
a doctor.
Yep. And now my sister is a doctor.
I didn't want to mention your sister, but then your parents was like, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. 2 doctors in the family.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Yes, I feel it too. Everybody's like, you're so lucky. You can have like free consults and whatnot. I'm like, yes, but also they don't let me do anything. And they argue with like old medicine and new medicine. And I'm like, I'll be dead before you can cure me.
Oh, no. Okay. Ow. I also drink lots of soft drinks, by the way. You know why? Because when my parents got divorced, my dad was like, I could visit my dad like every 2 weeks over the weekend. That was like the deal. And he tried to be super nice. So he always bought like lots of Coke and lots of sweet stuff all the time.
That's so nice.
It's so nice, so terrible. It's still up to this day. Like if I visit him in Germany, I'm like, hey, I ate this thing. It was really good. Next day he buys like 10,000 of those.
Oh my God, that's so
I like this one ice cream. Next day the fridge is full of this ice cream.
Wow, he's so nice.
But that happened like ever since my parents got divorced when I was 6.
Oh.
So early on, like every time I visit him, like Coke here, Coke there,
there.
sweet
Oh my
stuff,
God,
like
yeah.
fast food there.
Yeah.
So,
Honestly, I would want like a pack of Coke for my birthday.
same. Coke. How do you drink your Coke? That's a very important
Lots
question.
of ice.
Okay, like in a glass.
Well, I don't like fountain Coke. I like
Yeah.
new like
Okay.
can, bottle, whatnot. But it needs to be in a full glass of ice.
Okay.
And big cubes are preferred because it
cubes.
makes it colder. And then I like
Okay.
shake it a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
But not straight from like a warm bottle. I cannot do that.
Oh, that's terrible, right?
That's terrible. And some people like it. I'm just
That's
like,
come on, get out of here.
Yes.
Unsubscribe. If you're one of those people, unsubscribe to the podcast right away. I don't
like
want
warm
you.
Coke?
If you're seriously like warm Coke, we can't be friends, right? So clearly, the best Coke is out of a can.
Oh,
so that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
best.
yeah.
Okay, but ice cold, of course, ice cold.
yeah.
Then second, the glass bottle.
Okay.
The old school glass
the
bottle.
one that you have to use.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
also cool.
Yeah.
Then
Then the bottle.
But then I'm with you. Then like in a glass full of ice. Then
Yeah.
whatever. But the bigger the bottle, the worse.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, because it's not as carbonated, right? It's not as.
I think so. Yeah.
It's not as good.
People call us crazy, but I think so too. And the worst,
Yeah.
of course, the fountain thing is the
The
worst.
fountain one is like too sweet.
It's come on.
Yeah.
You can actually, if you do it, you can see like the water and the sugar coming out.
We
It's
have
very
to do
crazy.
another episode just on how to drink soft drink. How to drink Coke. Yeah.
Soft drinks, fast food.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a whole podcast
Yeah.
dedicated.
And
like
Pepsi and Coke is different in Thailand,
Oh,
and
please.
Pepsi and Coke in the US is different.
okay.
And in Europe, you have to tell me because I don't know.
Now we're gonna be late for volleyball, but so one thing that annoys me to no extent when it comes to Pepsi and Coke, Pepsi way worse than Coke, clearly. Est in Thailand, the worst. Like,
Oh my
don't
God.
even get me started. But European, right? The one thing we have in Germany, and only in Germany and Austria, is a mixed drink of Coke and Fanta.
Oh.
And you can mix it, but you can buy it mixed. It's called Spezi, SPEZI, and it's like the slogan is Coke kisses orange. That's the marketing slogan.
Smart.
And it tastes so good.
Oh, I need to
And
try
you
that.
don't even know that because you can't buy it here. Why Coke? Why?
But can't we just mix it ourselves?
Yes, you can mix it yourself. I do that. If there's like a fountain thing, then I mix it all the time, but it's fountain, right? So it's not great.
So I have to mix a Fanta and a Coke.
Yes,
from
exactly.
A can.
Yeah.
Okay, to get the best result.
Exactly. It is so good. It is
Okay.
the best.
Okay, I'll try that.
And we have different brands in Germany who do that. Like not only Coke, like there are different other brands who do the same thing.
That's nice.
And here, why Coke? Why? I don't understand. Okay, let's cap this off with our food expertise. We should start a food channel.
Yeah.
A food YouTube
Yeah.
channel. We
And
just
we can start with
we criticize
Pepsi and Coke
Pepsi,
episode.
Coke, fast food, all the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, your favorite fast food though, so that we sign off with on that.
Oh.
Be the fast Gordon Ramsay of fast food now.
Well, if I'm craving, it's McDonald's nuggets.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Thai McDonald's nuggets.
Okay.
Because US McDonald's nuggets is too oily
Oh,
for
okay,
me.
fair. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
On that point, I think actually Thai fast food isn't as bad as some other
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
It feels
It
like
makes me feel better though.
better. I'm not sure if that's the right thing to say,
Oh,
but
it does make me feel better
Yeah,
for
right.
eating it.
I even think like KFC. I hate KFC in Germany.
Mm.
Here in Thailand, I'm like, if I have to, if everything else is closed, I'm okay with it. And my dad even when he comes to Bangkok, he's like, I want to eat KFC.
Really?
It's so much better than in Germany.
KFC is really good too.
So, not sponsored yet. KFC changed that. Okay, so
McDonald's too, please. sponsor.
McDonald's too. But I gotta say, like for me, when it comes to burgers, it's Burger King over
Oh
McDonald's.
yes, Burger King for me. If it's burger.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Because grilled is better than fried.
Yeah.
There's one. If you ever go to Sydney, there's one that's called. I forgot what's it called.
Okay, I'll ask you again.
Yeah, and the slogan is "Fresh, not frozen; grilled, not fried."
Oh.
So, and I agree. That's definitely much
Okay.
better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's end it here because you have to. You told me you need some time to warm up and stretch and stuff because you're serious about it.
No, I'm avoiding like pain and aches in my body.
That's fair.
I'm old.
Same here. We should stretch afterwards, but you also
And
don't do that,
I
right?
also need to kind of warm up mentally.
Oh yeah.
Before I see my sister and play volleyball, because her energy is up here and my energy is down here, so I need to kind of work it up. And then she knows this. I'm like, your energy is so high up that I need to kind of warm up myself and prepare mentally before a volleyball game.
I always wonder, like, because when you come, and then you by yourself for a while. You like hit the ball at the wall or
Yeah.
whatever. I'm like, are you getting like into psycho mode or what's happening? Just
No.
like,
I'm just warming up mentally.
We will clip this and send it to your sister, but she knows it, right?
She knows.
Okay. I finished like all my episodes, like when I talk to someone, off with like famous last words. So no pressure, but
Oh my god.
that's gonna be on the poster. It's gonna be like on the thumbnail. It's gonna be like,
famous last words.
if you would die. No, not today. Just what do you want people to know? Go buy my stuff, for example, or something more meaningful if you want to.
Okay. I think this one I remember so well because I just heard it from Jay Shetty, like the podcast guy.
Okay, now we have to argue for 5 minutes. Okay.
But I just heard the recent episode that because it's like almost New Year's for resolution, we should do things that are uncomfortable for us in order to learn it, to become comfortable doing it.
Okay.
So it's basically learning new things. So I think that would be the famous word that
Okay, I'll clip that and make it. It's going to be like the takeaway thing.
Okay.
Because I think it's a good message.
Yeah.
Like, Joe Rogan says that too. That's my Jay Shetty is Joe Rogan. You know, white guy motivator.
Yep.
He says like you have to suffer sometimes. So
Yeah.
suffer in terms of like trying new things,
Yeah.
things that you're not good at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree. Even though I'm not a biggest fan of like motivational content on IG and YouTube. But if that helps people, then it's great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're the influencer. You can tell me which influencer I should follow. Maybe
I mean, there's like one clip from, is it Steve Harvey, the guy who does like the Miss Universe for every year, that MC guy? He like says like, oh, when you sit in first class once, you go back to economy class, you'll finally realize that you always want to sit in first class because it's so comfortable that you will work harder as a person and you will earn more money just because sitting first class was so aspirational that you wanted to be back in it. And then I'm just like, wow, that's like kind of good inspirational words, but it's also like that's really hard to do because it's so expensive. But yeah, it's pretty good, like, you know, inspirational words.
I did not expect to be ended with Steve Harvey quotes, but okay. What's your favorite quote? Steve Harvey, the guy from Miss Universe. So very, very inspirational.
Just because it's like so much replayed in the memes.
Okay. Now seriously, then the last question, because do you follow those motivational stuff to get inspiration? Okay.
Yes.
Who's your we end on this. Who's your favorite?
Oh.
Besides Steve Harvey and Jay Shetty. Don't say Nas Daily, by the way.
Who's my favorite? I forgot her name. It's this girl on Spotify. She does Spotify series called it's like the Daddy Gang. Yeah.
Okay.
She started, okay, it sounds bad, but she started with podcasts like about like sex and whatnot, but now it's all about like mental issues and whatnot, and I would say she's pretty inspirational.
Is that a girl from Call Me Daddy?
Yep.
Oh. I listened to them back then.
Yep. Oh, I just started listening to her now. Now we know what you've been listening to. Your students are listening to this.
I mean, I did. Who are you talking about? I have no idea.
Yeah, she's transitioned into like mental health.
Oh,
and,
cool.
Like, she has like psychologists as like, you know, guest speakers and whatnot.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh God!
Okay.
Okay, that's it. Finish the podcast, right? Thank you. Hey, tell the people where they can find you online.
So find me on Instagram, Salisa with CH and Salisa_official for my brand. And Siam Paragon, Central World, Central Chitlom for all my branches.
Okay, awesome. Like, share, subscribe, follow her. Thank you so much. Let's go play volleyball.